Before we start, I just want to say thank you to today's sponsor, Gillette Clinical, for protecting us from everyday high-pressure moments, like sweating constantly when you're doing this.
In what may be the most important news story of all time, while putting out a grass fire in Toronto, a few Canadian ladder men were trying to put out the fire, but their hoses weren't getting enough suction from the hydrant. Why? Because the hydrant was stuffed to the gills with fish.
Stuffed to the gills.
I know,
I do understand it. Why do they call them ladder men?
More like bladder men.
Oh, more like, hey, can I wear your ladderman's jacket?
Ooh, burn. Get it? Because fire.
According to Chief Sean Carey, I know some of the fire departments in the area have had problems with salamanders in the dry hydrants, but never fish.
Is that not the best quote ever? There were about a dozen fish stuck in the hydrant, and those Canadians are so dang awesome. They helped some of those babies survive by putting them back in the pond they were sucked from.
It's like a Disney movie when you say it like that. In other WTF news, lawmakers in West Virginia got super sick from drinking raw milk right after a bill was passed legalizing raw milk.
Ooh, that's some bad karma.
This one. In super surprising news, a peaceful protester was sucker punched on his way out of a Donald Trump rally in North Cackalack last night. There's a video and a GIF, I know how it's pronounced and I don't care, of the incident making its way around the internet. Perhaps the most surprising thing was that the puncher looks a lot like Willie Nelson, who would absolutely disintegrate if he ever tried to hit anybody.
I think the real joke here is that people think these kinds of cowardly acts are justified because they're part of a larger group that apparently has their backs and cheers when this kind of ish happens. That's terrifying. More importantly, don't have that long of a ponytail, ever, for any reason, unless there's a tiny community of people living in it.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
IHOP waiter and modern-day Robin Hood William F. Powell was arrested for allegedly giving out $3,000 in free beverages over a 7-month period. This dude basically faces grand larceny charges for being awesome.
Listen, I know he wasn't giving out coffee because IHOP is the home of the never-ending coffee pot, not an ad. That pretty much just leaves the top shelf. We're talking Swiss mochas, International Roast House, IHOP Splashers. You giving out Splashers, bro?
Yo, calm down, Bree. You all right? You want some water?
Actually, yes, please. I'm so sorry. Getting serious for a sec, a new study published in the journal Health Affairs found that doctors aren't taking mental health as seriously as physical health, which is shocking considering depression is the leading cause of disability worldwide.
On top of the stigma and negative stereotypes that are already attached to mental illness, patients seeking treatment from their primary care doctors aren't getting the level of care necessary to treat the illness due to time constraints and health insurance limitations.
According to Associate Director of the University of Michigan Comprehensive Depression Center, Sagar Parikh, most people can recover from their depression, but they're vulnerable to a second depression or a third depression. The bottom line is that treating mental health problems not only reduces individual pain, but it actually has an impact on physical health. So Mike, tell me, where does it hurt?
It's like everywhere and always.
Ooh, I'm actually about to go on my lunch break, so.
Oh, well, that's inconvenient.
In all seriousness though, we've got to stop glossing over this stuff and treat all mental health issues like we would any physical illness. It's super dangerous and super scary.
And if you yourself happen to be a little depressed, there was a delightful article on Jezebel recently where Jacqueline Novak breaks down the art of canceling plans based on her own battle with the disease.
Here's a list of excuses Mike and I actually made up in order to ditch our friends.
I can't go out tonight. I'm gonna race myself to the bottom of a can of Pringles.
Yeah, I can't hang out today. I gotta eat my soup in the shower.
What's today, Tuesday? Tuesday's the night I usually sleep all day.
I can't. My dog is, I have a dog, so. And since depression doesn't just go away overnight, we're not gonna give you some inspirational quote about how it'll all just be okay if you smile and count your blessings.
Or how you can achieve happiness if you work hard and play harder.
We know those quotes aren't gonna fix your problems, which is why we're actually just gonna distract you with a quick game posted to Reddit this morning called Dog or Muffin.
Okay, that has to be a dog.
Don't forget to check out this episode of Secret Stories on Video Dating covered by yours truly. That's me.
Thanks again to Gillette Clinical for sponsoring today's episode.
Gillette Clinical is your secret weapon to staying cool under pressure. Hashtag no sweat.
This year for South by Southwest, we've teamed up with Gillette Clinical to create some high-pressure virtual reality content.
You can come check out the Gillette Clinical Pressure Chamber, which will feature a 4D simulator experience that is fully immersive.
You could experience all the thrills of skeleton racing, a skateboard mega ramp, and more, all without breaking yourself.
Stop by and hang out with William Haynes and Steve Zaragoza as they'll be hanging out at the booth March 13th, 14th, and 15th.
All meetup details are in the description below. I'm Bree Asrick.
Nope.
Greedo.
じゃあ、わなさだわたんでおられですか。
Sounds like they got their feet on a table.
Yeah.